Long gone the days of summer. In LA it stretches longer. Baby, waiting.
Hello everybody. Welcome to Bold Predictions, Bold Flavors, Week 13. Big finale this week. We have all kinds of stuff ready. You see jerseys from all over the place. Mahomes. Got to mention the hats too. Who dug these things out?
In the closet, except for that one. That's been your season-long trademark.
This is the trademark hat for sure. I think we're going to have to put up a poll though. What hat is the best in this video?
There we go. So hey, this is it. Big week, right?
Big week.
7 teams vying for like 4 playoff spots.
That's right.
Right? So the wild cards 1 and 2 is going to be the big battle.
So many scenarios you can't even begin to even think about it.
Yep.
Yeah, so we were kind of talking about it last night, and you were like, dude, I don't even want to try and crunch these numbers and the tiebreakers that you have to go through. Is it really like anybody could end up in any spot between those?
Well, so Division 1's dirty, and then we got Thorn in Division 2, and then the Division 3 and Division 4 are still up for grabs, and depending on how things shake out. And then you got 3 other teams, well, 2 other teams at 7 and 5 that are vying for those division spots, and you also have Rash sitting there at 6 and 6, who can actually, if things fall the right way, he can end up in a 3-way tie for that division. So it just becomes a big mess, and I have to start going through all the different calculations, and it gets down into like common games. I have to like bring out spreadsheets. I'm just like, screw it, we'll just let the chips fall where they may, and then I'll figure it out. And even for the toilet bowl, I mean, even that's not settled. You have like Couls sitting there at, what is he, like 2 and 9 or 2 and 10, whatever he is. He can still get out of it if he gets a win, and then Ty and Silent lose. I think just by the number of points he put up and the way our system works, he can actually climb out of the toilet bowl.
That's
too.
right, because
So,
we switched it to points for as one of the indicators of whether
yeah,
they get
it goes by record, and then it goes by points for, which I think it should just be points for straight out, to be honest, because those teams that have put up like 800 points, like I think Ty or something, like he's averaging like 60 points a game or something, like they deserve the toilet bowl. That's not a schedule problem, that's just a team problem. Right?
Yeah,
so
definitely.
But the way it works is record and then points.
Yeah, I didn't hear a name there. Suey, where's your name in all this? Oh, that's right. It's not in it.
He's not in there. 6 and 6. Even if he wins, gets 7-5, it's not going to be enough with all the teams going right now. So
Not enough.
defending champs going down.
Tough loss last week, man. Suey, because he had a shot. He could have done it.
Yep.
Yeah, the guy's he's been Captain Caveman the last couple of weeks. He's just taking the smack, little acquiesce comments where he's just like doesn't want to mix it up. He's just done.
I've noticed that. I've noticed that with a few people, And I think sometimes you're trying to play nice guy, so you get like favored by the fantasy gods, I feel like in our league, sometimes you talk smack and then you just get beat down, right? And,
Yeah.
So
I believe in the fantasy karma for sure.
it's there. It's hit me, that's for sure.
I don't know what I did to deserve the karma I got this year, but I'm taking it.
I don't even know what you're talking. I have more points against right now.
Now, just finally, this last week, because I played silent, like I put up like 60 points or something, but
Okay.
Otherwise I was leading the whole time.
Silent blessing.
I did get a silent blessing, yeah. So we got smorgasbord of bold flavors. We're gonna go through a little bit later and stuff. But
we gotta finish up the recap though. Last
yeah,
week.
let's go.
Oh, I have a lot that I want to talk about.
Go ahead, let's go.
And
Let's
starting
get it
with,
away.
before I even get to the recap, I just want to say, looking at the way things shook down last week, who was scoring the points, who the big players were, I think that lends a lot to my argument about the Death Division and just how everybody's always trying to grind and they're putting their best foot forward. And you see that with everyone scoring 90 plus points. I think we had like 150 more points than your division, Ty, this last week. And, I think at the end of every season, it's kind of the same way. Like, we always have like 400 or 500 more points scored than your division. I know, sorry, Couls, that you're in that too. But honestly, it's not you. It's those bottom feeders like Ty and who's the other guy?
Kel?
Yeah,
Kel.
Kel. I mean, come on, Kel. I even forgot like your name or whatever. It's the bottom feeder you are.
I think even our bottom feeder teams do better than their bottom feeder teams. I think I was like looking calculating them back like a couple of years or something like that. Where like, I don't know, like something like 10-3 or 10-4 against them or something like that. So
Yeah, well, with
that's bad, dude.
with all the smack talk last week, I actually went back to kind of comparing the two bottom teams in what is your death division or whatever versus ours.
we're
And-
BlackRock.
Oh, you're BlackRock?
Yeah.
Oh, like in BlackRock, right?
Yeah.
Which you said gives free wins, and I was looking at it, and Ty, I think you would have gone like 3-6 so far against those two bottom teams if you played them every week.
I mean, I think when it gets down to it, I mean, BlackRock and Death have been the two powerhouse divisions. I know people hate talking about this, but it is what it is. Those have been the two powerhouse divisions. I think BlackRock's got something like 7 or 8 championships. Death has 8 or 9 championships, 7, 8 there. Yeah, I think even Dark Tide, I think Skunk even squeaked out a couple of missing there.
Yeah, they
And I don't
got
even think-
two back to
I don't
back.
even think Baja even has any. So, I mean, I don't even know how they're even in the conversation.
We don't even have one yet?
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe some.
No, they don't. They don't have one.
yeah.
And
I can't get my horse across the finish line.
I know.
so-
Yeah, you came close a couple times, Couls,
Yeah.
but
if it's anyone, it's going to be you or Thorin, you know? And
Thorin this year. Yeah.
you guys just got to step it up. Like, I'm sorry, Ty, you and Kel, you got to step it up, man. I want to see that division start to do something one of these days.
Needs to be. You know, they did win a couple Pro Bowls a few years back, so that's.
Oh yeah,
something.
when
They did
I won the division
Yeah.
and when I picked the
So.
team, yeah.
So, anyways, I don't know, that argument will probably go on and on, but I mean, the numbers are the numbers.
All right, well, cheers to that. This is our first bold flavor of the day.
Cheers. It's called Pirat. We don't even know what it is. It's a Belgian ale, but there's no description, but it's strong.
Zero description on them.
Nothing.
Usually they're always like, this was crafted by oak.
It says made in Belgium, and then there's like no flavor description, but it's what you expect out of a Belgian triple or double or whatever it is. So
If I was on a
Nice.
pirate ship somewhere in the Atlantic and they bust this out of a barrel, that's
it tastes like it's
That's what
out
I
of
would
a barrel.
expect,
To be honest,
yeah.
it kind of tastes like a barrel beer.
Mhm.
So. Pirat.
All right, so I just wanted to remind you that you're now down 2-1 in our head-to-head bet.
I know.
1 week to go.
I know.
So you better bring it big this week.
So I just want to know,
Or
because
or Nick Chubb jersey.
last week I was going to ask you, because we were 1-1, and I was like, dude, I kind of want out of this bet. Like, you have a good team. I was going to ask you, would you have stopped right there? I'm like, hey, we're 1-1. Let's just call it even.
No.
You wouldn't have done it.
No, because I had the 2 chuds in my division those next 2 weeks.
That's true. The bottom feeder.
But you and I, we're going head to head, right? It's my points versus your points.
Well, that's correct.
Oh,
Now
that's
you're
true.
2-1.
That's correct.
Now there's nothing. I can't convince you of anything. Like,
Well,
I
you
just
know
have to
what?
win.
You had some buys last week. That didn't you have some buys last week or some
That
bad
was my
matchups?
best team. That was the best team I could put forward. I mean, they did pretty
Well,
good still. You know?
When I saw Jimmy Graham in there all week, I'm like, that guy's gonna do nothing. He's gonna catch one pass and like twist his knee and walk into the locker room, get a massage. I mean, the guy's just done.
Yeah, that was a huge put in the last minute switch out.
Well, you were there, right?
I was there when we
Magic.
were discussing it.
Yeah.
I think your reasoning was just to make someone suffer through a Monday
It
night.
really was. There was no statistical significance in my decision making. It was literally, I want to make Rick wait as long as possible to have this outcome. You ended up there.
Sometimes
We're all friends with Rick, and I don't think we've heard from him in 4 days.
No, because not only did Mick stuff him on that one play to jump ahead in that league, in the other league I was playing him, and he was talking a little bit of smack about what was that receiver, Kuki Kiti or whatever. Whoever the guy is.
QT, yeah.
He had him in this is in our other league, and then he says it's gonna be Kiki time, and I said no, it's gonna be Miller time, and then Miller ripped off that 97-yard run, and Rick was never heard from again.
It was the last thing I heard. And I even texted him a few times, like, hey, Rick, good game. Like, sorry things worked out the way they did for you.
Nothing.
He's still leading the division though, 8-4, right? So he's in the driver's seat.
I mean, he
But he
pretty
has
much
to
has
win.
in his
He needs to win.
Who's he got this week?
He's got Karn, so that's another strong team in
who is
there.
lighting up. Karn is starting to come on strong, dude.
Ex-BlackRock, now Death Division
Yeah.
powerhouse, right? He's
Even
always been good.
All right, let's bring the recap of the bold predictions.
All right,
let's
let's
do it.
get it going. So we'll start off with the people in the video, which was Cooter. Your prediction was that Kenny Galladay, would get 2 touchdowns and 100 yards.
Can I do a quick imitation of Cooter's video?
Yes.
Wait, here it is. Hi, I'm in Michigan. How are you guys? The only thing bigger than my head is the world.
Dude, I didn't notice that. Was he really
He
that
was so close up to the mic, but it's all right. It was good.
like profile shot?
No, I'll recognize him if I ever see him.
That was really well done. You did a good job.
He did do a good job, good.
Yeah.
And it is good that maybe we'll meet you at the draft one of these times. I'd love that to happen.
I would, yeah, I'd like to meet you too, man. However, your prediction did not happen. To be honest, I didn't even check it, but I'm pretty sure Kenny Golladay did not get 2 touchdowns or even 100 yards.
No, the Bears shut him down, right?
Not with the state of
Bears.
the Detroit.
Yeah.
The Detroit offense is a mess.
Yeah, and the Bears is just lighting it up right now. So yeah,
Silent
Which
had
is
Stafford.
which is
Stafford
one of
had
the
6
reasons
points,
that
so.
yeah,
one of the reasons Thorin is killing it is because of the Bears defense.
Yeah.
They've carried him like 2 or 3 victories.
Right.
Don't
It's happened
sleep on a good
before,
team, man.
Good defenses don't carry a team.
Absolutely.
Jaguars last year were carrying people.
yeah.
So
What else?
Well, he also predicted that the Lions would beat the Bears, which kind of goes with that, but didn't happen. He probably won't be a top 5 wideout on the year, just because Stafford kind of sucks right now, man.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, dude. Like, you're a Lions fan. I know that, dude. The torment that Lions fans have endured over the years.
This was supposed to be their year when they came out and beat, who was it, the Patriots or something like that? When they went in,
Yeah.
it was like, okay, it's on, and then they just laid down and took it the rest
Yeah.
of the year.
And now Marvin Jones out for the rest of the year. It's a
yeah,
it's a hot mess
great.
over there.
Mm-hmm.
My receiver, my WR2, third round pick or something.
For sure. Dude, it happens, man.
Second round pick, I think.
I just dropped my second round pick to free agency the other week.
We're all getting hit.
What was your bold prediction?
So my bold prediction was that Lamar Jackson would get 100 yards rushing and have 2 passing touchdowns. He didn't have 2 passing touchdowns. He had 1 passing touchdown, a really good one, a rushing touchdown, and then like 90 yards. So you know what?
That's close enough.
You got to give it.
That's a stamp of correctiveness. I also said that Joe Flacco won't see the field again this year. I guess that remains to be seen, but so far so good.
Yeah.
I've been seeing news that they might be bringing him back, but it's up in the air.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, you know what's funny is
What do you mean?
like,
I don't think Baltimore's bringing him back. I think Jacksonville is next year or somebody else.
No,
you know?
it was John Harbaugh was saying.
Harbaugh says a lot of shit though. Like
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, he's like, "Oh, Joe Flacco doesn't like need to get any practice snaps to play this week. Like he'll be fine." Now this week, he's saying, "Oh, he needs to get a full week of practice in before he can really put him on the field."
You
So-
never know how much they're just playing mind games with their opponent that week, saying this guy's not going to start. And that's how a lot of us get burned, these last minute switches. This guy comes on to injury or goes off injury at the last minute, gets a chance to update your lineup. So,
I hear you,
Yeah.
motherfuckers. Don't you know that fantasy football pays your bills?
yeah, coaches.
All right. Bri, you said that Silent would go 8 for 8 on his pick'em.
No, he's still leading the charge in there, but I think a couple people picked up a game on him, but he's so far ahead.
One person,
Yeah.
Dirty did, but
Dirty.
he's even still a game behind me.
Yeah, so.
And yeah, it's pretty much locked up if he can just do the right thing.
Yeah, I don't want to yell at him for not getting 8 of 8. I can't tell him to pick better because he's killing it.
He's killing
this
it.
year,
I don't
so.
know where, Mickey, you and I had one year where we just
Good job, Simon.
you and I just killed it. We just took it off, and you set like the all-time record for picks in Pick'em, like the highest ever. I don't know where that ranks, where he is, but if you look at,
I had
like-
73 one year. It's the only one I can
oh,
find.
okay,
in
maybe
there,
it was
I think.
you.
Yeah.
So after week 3, it's been like the worst week was this week with 5. It's been like 6, 6,
Yeah,
7,
yeah.
7, 6, 7, 6, 7, then 5, and that was only because of some crazy ridiculous flips on Monday night.
Yeah. So
Got
good
some
job,
kind of-
Silent. You're doing well in that
I know.
part, at least.
And go back to my post last week. I think that doing good on those pick'ems and performing well in the season, as long as you don't have some kind of PA curse, I think those go hand in hand. So I do think that you're going to make the A bracket next year with that kind of research. I know, Dave, you're always killing it in pick'em. Like every single year, you're like the second or third guy.
I have a system.
Dude, I
Yeah,
had like
there's
a
a system.
two-year
I'm not
run
telling
and almost
anybody.
on the third.
I have a
so,
system.
yeah, my team hasn't reflected it, but keep drinking the Cuban rocket fuel, Silent.
Even look, I predicted that Nick Chubb would get 150 yards and 2 TDs.
That's right, you did.
Yeah. So I think he had 128 or 130 yards overall and 2 TDs. So I leave it to the
stamp
judges.
of correctness.
I give that a stamp of correctness for sure.
Okay.
Definitely. I mean, come on. Any running back to get that kind of that's a bold prediction for almost anybody, except for like Todd Gurley. So,
Well, Tim, that could have been your Nick Chubb, but you can't seem to get a trade done at the trade deadline. And look what Hopkins did, and look what Adams did that week. Okay, now look what Kelsey did. Kelsey was okay. So if you're going to give me Kelsey and Adams for Chubb, which would have been your keeper, you win on points. I don't know how you did this week. I think you won.
He won. Yeah.
But I think going forward, you would have had a keeper. Right now, you don't.
wow. Who was the other person in that trade? You were going to get Kelsey and Adams.
Initially it was Kelsey and Adams, and then he responded back with Alshon and Kelsey, and I was going to take it for Chubb.
And then what happened?
He responded to me 1 minute before the game started, and I was with Brian, and Brian said, hey, you better take a look at this to see if he responded.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I'm going to go accept, and it had already been closed out. The game had started. And
Man.
Which happened last year with me with that Des Bryant trade, which I guess ended up working out in my favor. But
well, this is going to work out in my favor, too. Now,
Yeah,
next year, somebody's going to get Nick Chubb, but it's probably going to be one of those bottom dwellers like Ty or somebody like that.
Yeah, probably. Damn, that is a trade and a half right there. Hey, didn't Cleveland do something like that like 3 years ago? They like didn't process their
They
paperwork,
did,
and then
yeah.
the like, trade deadline
Last year.
collapsed on them.
Yeah.
Someone got like fired for that.
Yeah.
Fired.
Hey,
Darn.
speaking of which, just so you guys all know, internally here, I have a bet. I made this bet by Game 4 of last year, and I've been a lifelong Cleveland Browns fan since the time I've been 4, that if the Cleveland Browns in the next 2 years didn't win at least...
It was 3.
Next 3 years.
Counting last year.
Counting last year. Didn't win 8 games, that I would roll a random 31.
No, I think you were going to pick. I don't think it was going to be a roll around.
It was either random
you don't want
or
something
pick.
worse.
Now we did also made the bet with
Yeah.
the Miami
Me
Dolphins.
and my buddy Joel are both Dolphins fans. Like we're just, I don't know. The Rams are looking kind of good right now, but you know
the way things are going, if they win 5 or 6 this year and they don't win 8 next year, I'm sorry. I'm probably gonna renege on that bet. I'm
Fair enough.
I'm pretty happy this year getting 4
and a half.
and a half. Yeah, we're looking good. I think Houston's going to be tough to beat, but our defense is young and tough, and we'll see if we can control the game. After that, though, I mean Pittsburgh, look out.
So that's going to roll into my bold prediction actually, because the Dolphins have 5 games left, sitting at 5-6. They gave away a game against the Bengals. They gave away a game against the Colts.
In that game, they were supposed to win against New England.
No, that's coming up.
He
So
predicted
they've
they
got
would beat New England.
five games left, and they do play New England at home. They play the Patriots. My bold prediction, if we're getting into, did we go through them all? Or,
Yeah, so that's all I recapped.
So I'll start into mine then. Is that the Dolphins will win 8 games this year, even though they're 5-6 with 5 games. So they need to go 3-2. I don't know how bold that is. You got a couple Bills games in there, but.
I mean, you got Tannehill back.
It's the freaking Dolphins. We're choke artists in December.
So you're going to do what?
My bold prediction is they end up 8-8.
So they're going to win 3 more games.
They're going to win 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5, yeah.
Well, I was against the
It's not
Patriots.
very bold.
All right. Do you have the Jets once?
No, we've already played them.
You have
We
Buffalo
had the Bills.
this week,
We had the
though.
Bills a couple times. We have
They're like schizophrenic.
the Jaguars, who are like you never know. They kind of suck.
Yeah.
You got the
But Jared Allen's back though. So
yeah, and then you got the Patriots, and then there's another decent Minnesota. That's the game I'm going to. Kel, see you out there.
Hey, I just want to let you know Brian's track record away with the Miami Dolphins is ridiculous.
It is, right?
I brought him to a Green Bay game, and they
like
the guy had who was it? What was Fiedler had like radar lock on Marshall
Yeah, it was Brandon
for
Marshall.
like 22 targets, 6 and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And in a wonderful day in Lambeau Field in 65-degree weather.
Wow.
Dolphins won in overtime,
Yeah.
and that was the last game Green Bay lost that season. They ran the table and won the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah.
8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And then I went to Kansas City with Mick. The Dolphins were 0-7 going into that game with Sperano, that chud, as a coach. And then we had that tight end, Fasano, just went nuts that game, and I think we won like something like 30-7 or something. It was like ridiculous.
Yeah, I remember that. Was brutal.
So we're coming for your Vikings, Kel.
And there was the game against the Chargers where I drank Mooley under the table. And look at me. I slapped Mooly in the face, and Venger, LOD, he picked me up and body slammed me in the parking lot. And then he was so hammered that he spent the second half in the tunnel.
Passed out.
Why did he go in the tunnel?
It was hot.
Yeah.
We were like in the sun.
Meanwhile, we had
out there.
Meanwhile, we had this guy beside us yelling, "Bite him, Butch!"
Yeah, that's right.
This guy had his dog at home. It was a great game, but weird. Tim was there.
Yeah. Karn was there. And if I remember right, the Dolphins won that game.
The Dolphins won that game.
Damn, that is something else.
Did you won in Cleveland when you went there?
Cleveland, yeah.
The one when we went to Miami.
We won when we went out to Tennessee.
Yep.
Lost last year. We lost in Seattle, but that was actually a winnable game. We lost 12-10 because Kenny Stills dropped a bomb into his hands with no defenders around him.
Yep.
That was a winnable game. That was actually a fun game. Dylan was there with that one.
Yeah, Dylan, you realize how lucky the Seahawks are this year just to be, what are they, 6-5?
Yeah,
Well,
they're back in the race.
That
Yeah.
win against Carolina was deserved.
I mean, just it seems
But
like if you let Russell Wilson have the ball late, you're done.
Yeah.
But they're like Baja, right? You got like one good team. You have the Seahawks, and you have Ty and Kell and the Cardinals and the 49ers.
Yeah, you're kind of right, actually. That's such a pretty good NFL comparison. Those two divisions.
That's why.
Hey, well, look, the first bold prediction deserves the first bold flavor.
All right. Well,
So I'm gonna let
second
you-
because we had the beer.
Oh, we had the beer. So second bold flavor. What do you got, Brian?
All right. So let's do some. Let's break out these fava beans. These are
Okay.
fava beans from the Ralph's Deli.
Get
You
the
got
toothpicks.
toothpicks somewhere here.
I've never had a fava bean in my life.
So let me get a little close up of these things if we can. They're these giant beans that are kind of marinated in some sort of like Mediterranean stew. But yeah, grab a toothpick.
Get after it.
All right.
We grab a few things from the deli. So
By the way, before we eat this, I just want to say how excited I am that when Mickey did that very first video, and I called him up and I said, Mickey, you should have like a guest speaker every week. You should have somebody come in and talk smack.
That was Dave's idea.
It's just turned into something that I enjoy every week. I'm
me
looking
too.
forward to
I
it.
think
Yeah.
everyone in the league, most
All right.
people in the league.
Here we go,
I
fava.
already fava bean. mine.
Fava beans.
Sorry guys. I think
Oh.
they're delicious.
Tastes like a giant bean.
But it's got like vinegary.
It's a bean.
Oh yeah.
You guys are a little disappointed.
What's the special
Yeah.
thing about fava bean though?
It's just giant.
Just a big mealy
Giant bean, man.
Yeah, it is like giant mealy bean. Well, this thing's gonna like come out my ass backwards or something.
It is definitely not a Swedish or Danish whatever
Sweet cake or whatever.
What was that thing?
The princess cake.
Danish princess cake.
Dude, I have both. Well, this is a hookup too.
It's got like little herbs in there and some like a little pimento or something. But
I think they're
Dude,
good.
I really like those
Yeah.
things actually.
I just
Little
want
green thing on there.
to. I just want to say that I'm feeling pretty good, but I'm not going to tempt the gods like Cooter did last week and predicted he would run the table. Okay, and he got run out the table. But what's crazy about what was Cooter's name?
Ralph's Deli.
Good.
What was Cooter's first name?
Cunt bubbles.
No, his actual name.
His actual name.
Like Steve or Jeff or whatever.
Was it Ryan?
Ryan.
Yeah.
I like cunt bubbles better. Okay, so
First name?
yeah.
Cunt?
So I was looking at the power rankings, and I think you're like 3-9 or 3-9.
4 and 8, I think.
I don't know what it is. I'd have to
4 and
look,
8.
but
Yep.
I was looking at the power rankings, and you're like 7th or 8th in the power rankings. It's I feel like you're not beating yourself, but you just have no luck right now. You're just unlucky as they get.
Bad schedule, It happens sometimes. You just get bad schedules.
Well, you're in a juggernaut division from what these fucking jackasses.
I think
are.
It's true.
I think it's half and half actually. I really do. You can have the points against Curse for sure, but at the same time, there is a level of grind that you can put into your week and into your preparation you pick up something else like I don't want to say, a better streamer of some kind, and that 1 or 2 points, man, that can make the difference between a win and a loss. You look at the points against between me and Cooter, I think I have more points against than he does.
Yeah, like 0.1 or something. It's not
Still.
a lot. I mean, it's a little.
I have 3 more wins at the same time.
Yeah.
But it's the schedule. Then you lined up against somebody that blew you out one week, and your
Yeah,
points
that's what
against
it
went way
is.
up, and then you played.
Yeah.
If you're, you guys don't have any fun. You played Baja or something. I don't know.
Dude, I haven't had one cake matchup this entire
Really?
season. I'll tell you what, it's been.
Well, I feel that
80 plus
same way.
points
'Cause I'm right
against.
there with you with the points against.
How'd you do in that matchup with me?
Wait, did we play each other this week?
No, we didn't.
Okay, I was gonna say, I don't look forward to playing certain people, especially with Ezekiel Elliott on their team.
I'm 2-0 versus Ty, but from what they say, it's not hard to do. And then I do have a win against Kel. I am 0-2 against Thorin, and 1 week was ridiculous. We think we both scored mid 70 points. But after that, we both were way over 100, and our teams have gone just like crazy. But I did beat Suey. Just want to let you know, Brian, you're my bitch.
Sorry.
There you heard it from the Russian over here.
It shows, dude.
Yet.
It shows how hard is it to repeat in this league.
It is.
Has anyone ever done it?
Skunk?
No,
Skunk.
had.
He
Mick
was
was
ultimate
in the
out of
points.
3?
Yeah, 2 out of 3.
Was it Seth maybe? Did Seth maybe do it 2 in a row?
Nobody's
Seth or
ever
Ray?
done it. Nobody's ever done it.
What? Okay.
Judas years ago? Who did
No.
Judas's
Judas
team
only
go
won
to?
1.
Rick?
No, I think it went to Dirty.
Oh, did it go to Dirty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember that guy. But
As seen on TV.
As seen on
You can see
TV.
him in the history. You go in the history thing. You can see him in there. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to pop that next bold flavor.
Yeah,
right
you guys
there.
are. You guys pounded your beers, so.
Well, Mick's like killing the fava beans over here.
Yeah, finish those things off. There's only 2 in there. Fava beans. You guys each have another one of those things.
I had them fava beans over there.
Oh, geez, look at that.
Hey, I just want to let you guys know that if I get in to the playoffs in the A bracket, look out. I'm putting a voodoo hex and putting a Parcio charge on my opponents.
I like that.
Sacrificing chickens?
No, I'm sacrificing turkey.
All right.
Smoking chickens. I took 5 years off my life in a what do they call that? Santeria curse against my opponents. I am getting my horse over the line this year.
Well,
I like.
I'm wrapping my hands around that trophy.
so maybe we should tell them what we're gonna do here with the next part of this segment. Besides our bold flavors, so our next beer here. Let's talk about this. La Fin de Monde. I don't know if that means it's like from Finland or what does that even mean. There's another Belgian. I don't know. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read this thing. But
I'm not French.
you guys take a look at
Let me
it.
see it. I'll read this thing. This is
Even though Ancestry.com says I'm a bit French.
this is ale brewed with spices.
It's a Belgian brew.
It is. It's a triple ale,
Ooh, a Belgian triple.
and it's
Why did Brian only pour me half a glass?
fermented.
I pulled everyone half a glass. I felt bad because I gave Mick too much foam. Don't finish that fava bean. Damn, those things are good.
They are really good, actually. It's a great bold flavor.
Well,
Okay.
let's keep going.
Well, yeah. We'll
By the
talk
way,
about
guys,
it.
this is like Penn Ultimate
Yeah, this is
video. This is going to be one part, all uploaded at once, as long as it gets with no editing.
It's gonna be worth watching though.
It is. I hope you guys have some food of your own. You're grinding with us right now.
Here, someone eat that bean.
I
so
did.
can get
Hey,
this thing out.
Brian, I did go to Costco or whatever and pick up that dip, that Chipotle dip. It's pretty good.
Oh, the one that Cooter had recommended.
Yeah,
Nice.
pretty good.
So hey, let's rip out some quick bold flavors again.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
So we
What
got La Fin de Monde. Let's try this out. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Week 13. I like it better than the last one. You don't like it. I see grindy face over there.
I don't like it as good as the other one. It's
Less flavor.
It's
Yeah,
got
it's
more-
less flavor. It's short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more like a sour taste at the
Yeah.
end. You know, which
Well,
is all the
since-
rage these
Since you don't
days.
like it, this is what we got here.
Is this like the whole hazy IPA kind of?
You know how they have like those sours?
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
called
the
sours
tarts.
now?
Yeah.
So these are teriyaki marinated mushrooms. Again, at the Ralph's Deli. I've had these before. They're actually amazing.
All right.
You guys.
Brian says they're good, so I'm getting after it.
Can't go wrong with some fermented mushrooms.
Hear that? Can't go wrong with that fermented mushrooms.
Wow.
The teriyaki comes through, huh?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That
Yeah.
thing soaks up so much flavor.
Yeah. Well, there's one more for each of you because I'm grabbing this one.
That's a teriyaki sponge right there.
That's pretty good.
Right?
Get them at your local Ralph's Deli.
Not spicy, Rick.
Not spicy.
You can
at
eat
all.
them.
Yeah, we can ditch these things now.
That's Rick friendly.
All right. Well, let's get on with what we're doing.
Where are we now? So now we're in playoff predictions, or are we talking really more about the division?
I think we're talking. I think we talked the divisions out. I think everyone knows where everyone stands on that.
Are we talking individual owners now?
No, yeah, I think we're going to go through each of the divisions, and then I think we all picked a magic card that's going to represent the owners. So, Dave, you've got your division, Baja.
Okay.
I was granted Dark Tide. Mick's got Death, and we'll Skype in Dirty for BlackRock at the end there. But so basically, we all picked a magic card because we all of us here play Magic. Dylan, Rick, and some of the other guys.
Dylan makes his living in Magic.
So we
comics.
decided we would choose a card that represents the person for the division that we got. So we'll run through them. I say we just go from the top down. So Dave, I think you're up first with. I gotta grab my notes because.
Well, I've got some notes here, and I had a hard time with Ty. I'm still having a hard time with Ty. I really couldn't find a Magic card in my limited history of a card that represented somebody that talks a lot of shit but doesn't perform. As Mick says, I don't even think this guy has a championship, but he certainly talks like he has one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think I went 0-3 last year, and I vowed to myself that I would never lose to him again. And of course, I'm on that track. And with the way he drafts, it's quite possible I may not lose to him again, because he has this, just like Stretch, he has this crazy idea of the value of his preparedness and his preparation. And we all talked about his draft being shit from the very beginning, but he was pretty impressed with his team. I think he's still impressed. He just feels like he's got bad luck, but his team is awful. So unfortunately, I do not have a Magic card, frankly, because I don't think you or your team deserves one.
Oh!
Wow.
Now I'll go to myself here, and I'm gonna say that Abyssal Persecutor represents me, and what this card basically is this badass flying trample card that it's just like it's just badass. Unfortunately, it also says, just like me, every playoffs, you cannot win the game and your opponents cannot lose the game. So there always seems to be something that tears me open, and it doesn't. I don't just lose. I get gutted. I get gutted by Skunk when his kicker goes for 26 points and takes me down in the semifinal. There's only been 2 years that I haven't made the A bracket. I've made 2 finals, a bunch of semis, and I just, like I said, I can't get my horse over the line. And so this card really represents, I don't know. I mean,
You can't win the league. Your opponents can't lose.
I went 11-3 last year. I figured like I was a favorite. I think I even went out first round last year.
Oh, man.
Yeah, my team just, laid an egg.
Good card.
Yeah, so that's a good card. Now for Obes or Thorin, I gotta say that, and Brian helped me a little bit with this. This is a card that ranks up. So it enters the battlefield in year 1.
So what's the name of it?
It's called Zulapest Enforcer.
Okay.
And what this thing does is it enters the battlefield 1/1, just low level, just kind of like just trying to get itself in the game, right, onto the battlefield, and hoping to survive. And then maybe in year 2 it ranks up a little bit. It's a little bit stronger, knows a little bit more. And now in year 3, it's brutal. It's like 5/5. It's unblockable, and it just can't really be touched. And he's learned a lot. He had a great draft from his phones somewhere on an island or something like that, or maybe
Yeah.
that was Cooter. I don't know who it was, but he was definitely either. I think Cooter was on an island, and Thorne was working on his phone
like that,
and
yeah.
working and drafting. Ty was present at the draft, talking mad shit, and his record proves how good his draft was. And then I think that Kel was, for the third or fourth year in a row, was having someone else draft for him. So that brings me.
Well, so on that
Go
card,
ahead.
I think that's a good one for Thorne because it shows you got to start out, like you said, at the bottom. You got to invest 4 mana to level up. Invest 4 mana, level up. So Thorne's been investing. He's been doing better, and now he's that 5/5 unblockable, and he's running away with that division, and he's going to be possibly get a bye in the number 2
Yep.
seed. So
Yep,
Damn,
and he's gonna be tough to beat, especially the way we reseed and depending on what upsets are happening. He has a chance to bring Baja our first ever
There you go.
championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it, Thorne.
go get it.
Yeah. And then finally, Kel. So I have 2 cards. Okay, one is every year Kel steps up at the beginning of the year, and he's ready to participate. He's ready to be engaged, and we make a bet, and it's a league fees bet. Whoever has a better record, and I think it's been going on for 7 seasons, of which I've won 5. Now it's going to be 6, and he's won 1. So I appreciate you. Your magic card for this segment is called Donate. And so I appreciate you donating my league fees every year. You did come out to LA. We did get to say hello. That was fun to always meet people. That's a great part about both fantasy and the online gaming that we used to do. Was all the great people you get to meet. But yeah, Donate is definitely one. Now the second part of this is usually come this last couple of years, even draft or even after a loss in week 1, Kel seems to represent the magic card Amnesia, because he forgets to set his lineup, forgets to not start bye-week players, forgets to participate in free agency, forgets to participate in waivers, forgets to participate in the league until Tim is Karn, he loses his mind, calls him out or we all start to call him out. We talk about, I think Kel is the only one that's been almost every year gets talked about us punting him out of the league. I'm sorry, but
True.
that is the case, okay? And with the amount of engagement at this table and with Rick, with podcasts and everybody else, even Silent last year got called out, and this year he's participating. He's doing his best that he can, okay? Kel, you got to step it up. I don't care how many indie casinos you're meeting with and managing their money and whatever. You got to just step it up. I mean, you're on an airplane enough. You can at least set your lineup. Okay, so you seem to have a little amnesia about how good or bad you were last year. And the last 4 years, it's been pitiful. Now, one of those years you had some major injuries, but other than that, I mean, even Rick and you picked up some crazy people this week that I didn't even know about, and they all went off. So you got to do a better job working hard in this division.
Yeah. You look at that. Who logs in, right? It's on one of those little widgets on the page if you add it on there, and it's always Kel's like 4 or 5 days. like everyone else is like within the last like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
You have one guy at like 6 days or 4 days.
I mean, we know you have a cell phone. I mean, I'm checking my cell phone. I'm checking when I get home. I'm planning.
Yeah.
I'm doing my best. I don't have a lot of trades this year. I've sent out a lot of offers. And I have a few free agent pickups. Sometimes you want to hold your free agency back for purposes until that one injury happens where that handcuff's available, or somebody who's in third string breaks out and breaks into the starting job, like in Philadelphia, the Philadelphia running back, or in the Baltimore running back this week. But I don't know, man.
Commit.
All right.
Commit, Kel.
So there you go. That's the breakdown of Baja. We had Ty got nothing. Couls is the Abyssal Persecutor.
Yep.
We got Thorne had some
Zulaport Enforcer.
Zulaport Enforcer, And then you got Kel with the donation and the amnesia there. So,
Who's next?
I think Dark Tide's up next. Do we want to hit up another bold flavor?
Let's go with a bold flavor.
Okay, so we got some cheeses here. We got this weird fruit thing that we're gonna save for last, and these little candy things. But
Which cheese?
all right, so we got 3. Let's go with the sheep one. Right?
Okay.
Was it this one?
Yeah.
All right, so we got these plates here, and you can
It's
see we got
called-
like 3 of each. We've got a,
Sergeant Pepper's sheep cheese.
and it's got Cajun spices or something in there. Or
It's got some sort of bold flavor.
all right, let's do it.
There's got a funk going on there.
Kind of sweet though.
Yeah, it's got that goat cheese kind of
Yeah.
flavor to it, but
Doesn't offend you.
tastes
No.
good on a
It's all right.
Tastes like cracker cheese, you know.
Yeah. You know what's great? You know what? It's kind of like, okay, I wouldn't eat it again, but I wouldn't. If somebody made me eat it, I wouldn't be disappointed.
Yeah, if it was at a party somewhere,
Yeah.
I'd pick it up and eat it.
Yeah, on a tray somewhere. Yeah, definitely. I'd hit these up.
But you're right, I wouldn't go out and pay $6 for it.
I'm really disappointed you're missing the Russian emblem on this thing that I know years ago when you bought this thing in Russia, in Moscow, that you had.
Kind of grows on you after you eat a couple of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and power a few down, you get more of the cheese flavor. It actually tastes pretty good. All right, well we have 2 other types of cheeses here. One's a Tillamook habanero pepper jack,
And the new woman,
and then we have this new woman. Is it Jamaican jerk?
Jamaican jerk
We'll
cheese.
throw the description up for that later, but let's get to the next division, all right? So that's me. I got to put on my glasses, guys. 'Cause I'm an old man. Can't read without them.
Not T-Bone
But-
man.
Well, I am Team Old Man. Me and Silent.
That
we're
is
founders.
Team Old Man.
All right, so
Young, younger, old.
so I heard about this idea.
I know I
for-
look 60, but I'm only 49.
Very old.
I think it happens to do it during your favors, to be honest.
Very old man.
It looks like you pick a bottle of vodka a day for another.
Leon vodka. All right, so they told me about this yesterday, I think, about this magic card thing, and I was assigned Dark Tide because Dirty got BlackRock, and I think I broke down the division. I got Skunk and Miss right away, and then I think I got Rash and Stretch within the next 30 seconds. So it took me about a minute to come up with the cards for all these guys. So I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna name the card first. So we're gonna go with Skunk, who's kind of been the powerhouse of the division. He's the Carnage Tyrant. The 7/6 hexproof, trample, green creature, cannot be countered. So let me walk through that. 7/6 is kind of on par with his record right now, but that just kind of happened out. Hopefully he wins. He goes to 8-5, but we'll see. Cannot be countered. That's his division. They can't find an answer to this guy because he wins the division year in, year out. They can't stop him. They can't figure it out. He's a 7/6. That hits the board, and that's going to win you games. That's going to win you the league. And Skunk has, I think, 2 championships. So he's proved that that's a winning card. I think it is a mythic rare, so it's one of the higher ones. What else does it have? It has trample, right? So you try to get in front of him, and he runs you over. And that's what he's been doing to that division year in, year out. He's been trampling all over those guys. You know, people put up resistance, and I'll get to your cards, and you guys do some good stuff too, but Skunk's been running all over you guys. Last one, hexproof. So what does that mean? Can't be targeted. Can't be targeted by opponent's spells. And really the way I view that is that, like, Skunk's that guy that everybody likes, you know? People talk trash on each other on the boards, but everyone that says good things about Skunk, I'm saying good things about Skunk. He got the Carnage Tyrant, right? So he's hexproof. Nobody really goes after him because he's a good guy, he's funny. He'll talk his smack and stuff, but he does it in a good way, so.
He's my boy.
See, that kind of stuff. That's what I'm talking about. Hexproof, trample, 7/6, beat down, Carnage Tyrant. That's you, Skunk. All right, next one. Let's get to Misabar. Misabar is the bizarre trader. All right, so
Yes.
and not bizarre as in weird bizarre, but bizarre as in like an Egyptian bazaar, right?
Nice.
So let's talk about this card. It comes out, it's a 1/1 goblin, and goblins are cool. Everyone likes goblins. They fit in everywhere. Miss, he fits in everywhere. He's a good guy. All right. It has an ability. Tap it. Target player gains control of target permanent you control. That's Misabar. You make trades with Misabar, And we can look at this year where he gave DeAndre Hopkins to Suey for nothing.
No. Was it Hopkins? Yeah.
Hopkins
No,
and
that's
Jordan
right.
Howard
Yep.
for basically 1 week of Amari Cooper getting 30 points. That's all he got. So he gave that away. Bizarre trade. The year I won my championship, I was going into the final weeks of the thing. All of a sudden, Miss throws out a trade to me, gives me D-Jags. That carried me across the finish line. I won my championship. Thank you, Miss. Mick, I think you had a similar situation where Miss gave you a trade. I think we
Des
came
Bryant.
up-
That was a
Bryant.
Des Bryant trade we made. Yeah.
So, you know.
Thank you so much, Miss. I would have certainly lost without Des Bryant.
Where's
that
your
year.
Yeah.
bizarre trades when I need to race over the line?
So we're going to flash the cards up there, and you can see what this thing is. You tap it, and you give away one of your permanents, and that's Miss in a nutshell. Although I will say...
give away. Yeah.
Give away, that's what it is. I will say, you know, sometimes the trades work out for him, and maybe long-term this Le'Veon Bell thing will work out for him, who knows.
I think it will. I think it will.
Maybe Miss is possessed every year by Hank.
No, that was
And hey, you look at Jordan Howard. That guy might as well be dropped to free agency. So
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you
You hear
essentially
that?
got D-Hop for Le'Veon Bell, and I think that's going to work in your favor.
That's probably going to work, but you see, you hear
It was
that?
still a giveaway,
Suey?
though, this year.
Did you hear that,
It was.
Suey?
It was a-
When you told me that if I took Tariq Cohen and Jordan Howard for Ezekiel Elliott, that was my path to the championship, and I told you were insane. Yeah, Jordan Howard's a chud.
All right. So, okay, this is one of my favorite ones. We got Rash here. Couls, you played this card. Dave, you played this card earlier tonight. The Diregraph Ghoul.
Ah, that's why you told me.
One
about that
mana.
card.
I did. That's exactly why. 1 mana, 2/2. Right? Pretty
Yeah.
solid. You know, the 1 mana represents, you know, Rash. He shows up to the draft, right?
Yep.
But he lives in Vegas, so it's not a lot of effort. It's 1 mana.
Right.
But he enters there and he's tapped. He just sits there and doesn't do anything. So he enters.
He just smiles. He does. He just sits there and smiles.
nice guy. I love it, you know.
Yeah, no,
I like
we
him.
love you, but we're
Yeah.
just saying.
He
like,
sits on the couch with his laptop and he just smiles.
so he enters tapped, and then what else does that card do, Dave?
Nothing.
Nothing. Exactly right. It does nothing. So, I mean, a 2/2 is a respectable beater. You know, you're going to win some battles here and there, but for the most part, he does nothing. And I looked. Did he participate in the survivor pool? Yeah, 1 week, and then he's out, and he doesn't even make any more picks. Did he do the pick'em? No, he didn't do it. Does he post on the boards? No, he doesn't do it. Did he make any trades? No, so he does nothing. So I think the Diregraph Goal is perfect.
That's genius.
I think that
That
sums
is
up
genius.
Rash, you know, and like I said, 2/2. I mean, he's sitting at 6-6, you know, 2/2. You're
He's
gonna
got a
win some
chance.
stuff. You're gonna beat some things down, but you know, he's a zombie. That's it. There you go. 2/2 zombie.
2/2 zombie.
All right. So Stretch, you know, okay, Stretch had I could have gone a lot of different directions. I stuck with my initial thought on this.
That's Vidania.
Dylan may appreciate this more than anyone else, but I had a few cards. I'll just go with I'm not going to talk about. Well, maybe I will talk about the ones I was going to go with.
Do whatever.
All right, yeah. So there was Wastes, which is just a land, and I was going to give him not even the full art version.
Just a
this is the
basic-
regular art.
Just a
But,
basic waste.
It's just a basic, yeah. It's a way, but I think Stretch deserves better than that. I like Stretch, so he deserves better than that. The other one was just, you know, a creature, you know, a little creature with reach, because, you know, Stretch is always reaching on his draft picks, and he's always going for these rookies that never work out. He had Crabtree for 6 years. I think that guy might be available on waivers right now.
Reaching for rule changes that get Reggie Bush points.
Yeah, Reggie Bush. There's another one, right? But no, Stretch. I decided for you to stick with my original thought, which there's one card in all of Magic, and Dylan's probably going to figure out before I say the name, that is the most, I won't say hated on, but the most kind of picked on. It kind of became legendary status card, and that is Stormcrow. It's 2 mana. It's just 2 mana.
I don't know.
1/2 blue flyer, and that's all it is, right? And so this card is just the epitome of mediocrity. And so it gets hated on. It gets hated on because like everyone says, "Oh my God, overpowered! You got a Stormcrow," but it's really a joke because they're joking about it. And I think that's kind of where Stretch falls. You know, I don't think he's ever been in the toilet bowl. And aside from the one time that he stole Merge's first round
And had like
pick.
2 first round picks.
Yeah, and someone buffed him. I don't think that he's ever made the A bracket either. So that's the epitome of mediocrity. 1 flyer, it's not bad. It's respectable. It's gonna fly over your opponent. It's got evasion. It'll win some games here and there, but it's not gonna win the championship. And so that's what I chose for stretch. I think Stormcrow is it.
Stormcrow.
Well,
and it's a legendary card stretch, so you should be happy with
It
that.
is legendary. I think it's a mythic.
No, yeah, maybe. I think so. It's beyond
it
that.
was.
What's crazy
Maybe only
is
printed one of those. All back.
every year we have an epic thread of Bal, A&D, stretch Bal argument. This could begin. Epic battle for this year.
Hey, all these are all in love for you guys, but hey, that's the way I saw Dark Tide Division. I think I nailed it.
You did your research.
Well done.
And it paid off.
Hey, it came out in a minute. Like I said, it just hit me.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Well, let's bring another bold flavor.
Okay.
Cheers to that.
Sure. Let's do it. We got the cheeses. So
Should we go with the spicy or the special?
I say we
the
go
new-
with the Jamaican one because the other one's
Okay.
like they might burn our mouths out. I don't know.
So the new woman.
It's called New Woman. We'll flash up there the description, and I suggest everybody read it.
Which one is it? This one right here?
Basically, it is a
Yes.
Jamaican jerk cheese, and the description is something like the bold flavor of a new woman is sure to excite your palate.
Wow.
So let's see how excited we get.
Jamaican jerk cheese. New woman.
You got like cloves or something in it.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's like no woman I've ever
Pretty excited,
tasted.
guys. Oh, not my favorite.
You know it's good, but could you eat more than one piece? I don't know.
Oh. I don't
Wow.
know. I don't want to try their old woman cheese. That's for sure. I'm gonna eat it because I like to eat.
I like it.
It's not weird. It's got that weird, like kind of like holiday spice to it or something. And it's got the
It's definitely got clove.
Jamaican jerk spices in there too.
Yeah. Kind of a fan of those like
It's like
cinnamon.
It's like
flavors.
a pie spice kind
Mm-hmm.
of Chinese with cheddar, like a pie spice with like a white cheddar or something. But
All right, Nick. Well, I'm gonna grind on my new woman.
just like a new woman, it's a firm cheese.
you want to break down Death Division?
I will. I'm not going to any particular order. Maybe I am actually. I'm going to start with you, Cooter. The card I've chosen for you is Bog Stomper. Bog Stomper is a 6/5 creature of the muck. It's just a beast. It has no abilities, even though I might argue that you have some abilities. But the thing is, since you've been here the 3 years, you've kind of lived in that like bottom part of our division. At the same time, nobody really wants to play you because it seems like you always draft a pretty decent team. You're always going 1-1. You'll score like 120 points. That's a 6/5. Nobody in Magic wants to put their creature up against some 6/5 Bog Stomper. If someone put a buff on them, if you have one player who has a good week, you just get crushed, and that's you.
True.
Maybe one of these days you'll be reincarnated as a Bog Stomper with Hexproof or Trample or something like that. You're moving up the division. As it stands right now, that's you, dude. 6 mana, Bog Stomper.
Like just a big beast on the bottom of your division.
It could be worse, dude.
With no abilities.
It could be a Stormcrow.
He could be a Stormcrow. Hey, Stormcrow wins.
You think Stormcrow could beat Bog Stomper?
At least
No.
you're not a Stormcrow.
No, that's the thing is Stormcrow's not going to win you a league. It's just going to win you a game here and there.
Yep.
No, it's a pretty card, but it does nothing.
This has got a sweet picture. Wait till you see it up on the screen.
Yeah, it's pretty
Bog
cool,
Stomper's
actually.
awesome.
Next we have myself, and I'm not going to bag on myself too much. I have a dual card here, so it's two parts, right?
All right, interesting.
You cast it once, goes in your graveyard, and then you can choose to cast again at a later time. So the first cast of my card is Struggle, because that's been my season. I've just been beaten down every week. Someone's putting up 130, 150 points on me, and it's just a grind, man. You just gotta grind it, and you gotta wear through it. But then you cast the second part of your card. That's survive. That's where you come back and you face these challenges, these motherfuckers putting up so many points against you, and you start making the right moves, and you start outscoring people by 1 point. By 1 point! Jonu Smith! That's surviving right there. That is surviving. That's my card. It's a struggle, and it's survival. We'll see where that goes. Week 13.
The week Rick's luck ran out. You heard it here first. He loses next week.
That sounds like a Prince song.
He loses next week.
Rick's luck.
And we'll see what happens to the division. But Rick loses next week.
That might bring us into our next card.
That is my bold prediction. Rick loses, crashes out of first place in his division, and maybe doesn't even make the playoffs.
We just had an impromptu bold prediction
Jeez,
for Rick
out of
losing.
nowhere. Struggle or survive. That's a good
Rick's
card.
This was
luck
inspirational
runs
right here.
There he is.
out.
That,
Come on, Karn. Let's go.
well, this is you, Karn. Revenge of the Hunted. And I'll tell you why I gave you this card. It has to do partly with what Dave said. You're starting to go on a tear. I see, your team is actually really good, dude. And the performers haven't been performing, but they're about to.
Auto draft.
Was it auto draft?
He was on the auto draft.
With no running
But
backs.
he did appreciate his team. They said
With
I
no
know
running
I'm
backs.
fucking counterspelling this right now. I can't believe I'm talking about auto drafted team. My God, Karn.
He's made moves though.
Yeah.
He has made a lot of moves.
I'm going to give it to you anyways because I want Rick to lose.
What does
Revenge
it say?
of the Hunted. Until end of turn, target team, Karn, gets +6/+6, gains trample, and all of Rick's creatures have to block it this
Nice.
turn.
Like a lure.
Like
All
a lure.
Rick's
Rick is going to
creatures.
get trampled. And, he put the beating on you earlier this season. You actually had a pretty good score against him, but he just kind of thwacked you. So this is your chance, Karn. Don't fuck it up, man. Go in there with a head of steam. If you win, you're in the playoffs. I mean, I'm pretty sure. If you win, you're in the playoffs. And I want to see it happen.
And Mick just used the word thwack, which is pretty awesome, by the way.
You get +2/+2 just for
That was like a new vernacular I've never even heard of before.
Yeah.
And then Rick, my friend, Rick. So there's this
was
card,
a miracle,
Rick.
too.
You might know it. Rob's probably played it against you. It's called Silence. That was you. That was you Sunday after, I'm sorry, that was you Monday after Jonu Smith caught his second pass for 60 yards to beat you by 1 point. And I was like, good game, man. Silence. And then people are talking on the board, dude, what the hell happened? Silence.
Silencio.
But you know
I
what?
still haven't heard from him.
Silence isn't even the card that I chose for you, Rick. The card I chose for you was Isakron's Scepter. And I'm imprinting silence on Isakron's Scepter because you're going to get silence again! Tap! Again! Tap! Next week, again! Silence! I got 2 mana for days. Karn's got 2 mana. You're going to B bracket. Silence! That was what I chose for you, Rick.
Well, there you have it. I don't know what to say after that.
Boy,
That
that's
feels
hard to
silent.
follow.
Yeah, Isocron.
Again!
So that's it. That's all 3 of us.
Well, I mean, I think it's very fitting. I think you nailed it. I like that Struggle to Survive card. That's actually a really cool card. I may incorporate that in some of my decks.
Nice.
I like the
Take
Bog
a closer
Stomper. The
look at
art on Bog Stomper is unreal with that big croc on there. You forgot to mention Karn's card is actually a miracle card.
Miracle card this
Which
week.
kind of feels like Karn's season, kind of a miracle season a little bit.
Yeah.
So keep it up, Karn. You know, you're doing good. And,
Nice.
And you will put the final 2 mana in Isocron Silence Rick. That's what's happening this week, according to these guys. So I don't know. I'm not pulling for either one. Either one of you guys make it. I'm gonna have to face one of you in the probably B
This
bracket.
is
So
the week
I'm not looking forward to either one of your teams.
Rick's luck runs out.
And
You did.
whatever happens between the 2 of you, I'm just trying to win my own game. But I'd kind of like to see the mighty fall a little bit.
Well, I mean, he's in the running in our other league too, right? I got the little Lamar Miller on him this last week, which
Miller.
maybe I gave my own little Isocron silence on the guy.
Miller. Miller. Miller, the guy that Mick could have started and ran away instead of Johnny Smith.
And then I would be talking about owning a jersey.
Right. Miller, the guy that Skunk reaches for every year when he was in Tampa Bay.
So last week, Rick got double ricked. He got ricked by you and LOD, got ricked by me in the Dynasty. The week before, though, we watched probably the best game I've ever seen, which is that Rams-Chiefs game. And Rick came down. We watched it together at Lamppost. Pam staring at us. And I was down, and he was down. He was down in one league or whatever. And I was watching as the Rams defense started scoring, and then the other guy caught that fumble, and he's like rumbling. I'm like, get your big ass in the end zone. And I ricked Kel, and I have to say, it felt good. It felt good ricking somebody for once. Knowing that going into the game, I'm like, I'm done. I'm going to lose. I'm still in the toilet bowl runnings. And then to rick somebody like that, it feels really good. So
Sucked right out on the turn.
Yeah, so sorry, Kel, but I know what it's like to rick somebody now because Rick was sitting there right there with me. He was helping cheer for me. And I was cheering for his guys, too. He had Mahomes and Gurley and stuff. So it's pretty fun to rick people.
All right, so next
Yeah.
bold. You haven't given your bold prediction for this week. Should we go for a bold flavor first?
Let's do a bold flavor.
All right, well, so we got the last cheese. This is Tillamook, which is great cheese, by the way, out in Portland. It's kind of
Good
east
stuff.
of Portland. It's in Tillamook, which is east of there. West on the coast. And this is habanero pepper jack cheese. And I already know it's going to be good. I think it's aged a couple of years.
Oh, yeah. It just tells you how bad those first two cheeses are.
It really does.
It's so good.
That's quality right there. Man. That's something you could slice 6 or 7 pieces and just...
You don't need a cracker.
No.
No. Let me give it a little close-up. You can see a little
That's really good. It's got the right amount of spice.
piece of orange, little habanero in there and stuff like that. So,
Delicious.
wow.
That is really good. I'll be finding that wherever that is.
Well, I had to go to the cheese factory to get it. Then maybe they sell it out in the stores, but my
Well,
favorite.
Your next trip to Portland.
Yeah, I can grab you
bring
some.
me some home.
My favorite. They have a 2-year aged white cheddar, which is just amazing. So maybe I'll bring some of that too. But this is really good. I like this.
I'll tell you what. I'll just go into a NFL prediction. I think I've got one running already for the season. I'm going to say the game tomorrow. Everyone expects it to be this high-scoring affair, but they're both two good defenses. Even though the offenses might be more high-powered, I think the defenses are going to show up on a Thursday, and that's going to be like a 10-3 game. And look at him shaking his head because he's got Ezekiel Elliott. He wants that guy to run for 2 touchdowns. Not going to happen, Dave.
Right. The only reason that New Orleans defense is like number 3 or 4 against the run is because they just gash people. People are down 3 touchdowns immediately, and they can't run the ball. They're trying to catch up, so they don't commit to the run. Dallas is going to commit to the run, and that's the only way they've been winning is feeding Zeke, and they're going to commit to it on turf.
7-3.
Where's the game at?
New Orleans.
No, it's in Dallas.
In Dallas?
Yep.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's in Dallas.
That's going to be
That's a bold prediction then.
That's
a low scoring game.
10-3.
Low scoring.
Who's
game.
got 3?
I'm gonna
First,
say,
first of all,
I'm gonna
you're,
say the
you're
Saints.
saying the Saints
The
are only.
Saints have the Saints lose the game.
What is? I think the lowest scoring total, and I'm just trying to remember the Saints
Is
was
tied?
week 2 or 3 against the Browns when we missed. I think we talked about confusion in the ranks here with our kicker when Curtis Joseph misses 2 field goals, 2 extra points. And they kick a last-second field goal to beat us like 21-20 or 20-something. I think that's the least amount of points that New Orleans scored all year.
You know what? Week 13, let's go big.
Well, we gave it to you this year. If they only score 17 points, we're not giving it to you this next week. If you're saying they're only scoring 3.
I am gonna say that. Yeah, I'm saying sub 10. One of those teams is going sub 10. How about that? Is that a little bit better?
I'll tell you what. I'll risk if I win
Trying to
my
get dirty on
jersey bet with you. If one of those teams goes sub 10, and I still win, I win the jersey bet. I'll call it off.
Oh shit! I should have made a better bold prediction. It's almost impossible.
I
God, those teams are great.
Hey, there's a chance. You're saying
There's a chance. Hey, I'll take it. It's not like I haven't given anything up for
So
that.
I just
so okay.
texted Dirty. We'll see if maybe we ought to just call him, huh?
Yeah. So I'll tell you what. The next time you see us, Dirty's gonna be on the screen. What's up, Dirty?
Hey,
Are we
man.
recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
Oh, we've had a ton of bold flavor
Yeah.
and a bunch of bold predictions.
Had some fava beans.
So
Okay.
now it's up to you. Don't
Okay.
make your head too big.
Oh no, not at all. No,
You can stand back from the camera a little
Yeah.
bit.
It's hard to fit an 11-1 season into
Don't
this
pull
small
a cooter.
frame here.
Don't pull a cooter and have your entire head fill the screen.
All right, so let's see here. God, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get everything situated back up here. I lost.
No, let me introduce everybody. Everybody, we're talking with Dirty here. This is Dylan.
What's up? Running
Hey,
away
guys.
with BlackRock.
Even when the guy scores 74 points, he still has the victory.
Can't lose. I couldn't believe that. I thought I was toast. I'm like, yeah, all my good players are playing, or they're on a bye, and still score 75 points. Sorry.
Yeah.
That just tells you how bad trash team Suey has this year.
Yeah, it's real bad. Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Hey,
So,
I'm not gonna make 12-1 easy for you.
huh? Oh yeah. All right. So I got stuff going on everywhere. Okay. So I'm gonna get right into it. So I got my 4 cards. I went a little above and beyond. Okay, guys. So
Excellent.
Val, I'm gonna start with you. There's a card that was really good about 10 years ago called Bloodbraid Elf. 10 years ago, it was fantastic. It was really good, and then it was so good that everyone just kind of forgot about it until about 6 months ago. Then it came back around, and people were like, "Oh, this card's really good again," for about 3 months, and then it was it's garbage. And there was another
That's
a
true.
planeswalker as well called Tezzeret. That Tezzeret character was really good about 2011 is I think like the last time that he really peaked, and no one has looked at that card since then. Not at all. It was like it was
And he's been claiming points against curse ever since.
Yeah,
every year.
just not good. It has not really. No one's cared about it. So now we move on to Sui. This one, I'm pretty proud of this one. So Sui, there are 3 cards that are perfect for you. One of them is Contract from Below, which is exactly what it sounds like. It is one of the most it should not have been printed. Just like your first championship. There's also a card called Herald of Lashrak, and that card literally takes other people's things every single turn, which is basically you on a week-to-week basis. And a card called Conjured Currency, which is a card that literally just trades every single turn. Just trades. So that is all you do. So you did get your one championship last year. I couldn't find anything to make fun of that one. So we move on to Silent.
Oh wait, good picks by the
Like
way.
those?
I love it. Yeah, you're 2 for 2.
Qualify these. Silent. I'm sure you're a good person, but I picked 2 cards for you. 2 cards that people will recognize as never being good. Lord of the Pit and Mahabodhi Djinn. 2 cards that no one has ever put in a deck since like 1995. When the last time we remember you really playing a game and doing anything, they're very recognizable. People
Lord of the Pit in my Was that a joke?
especially on a competitive level. Like people I'm sure have played them, but they've never played them in a competitive level. They do not care. Like those cards will never see competitive play. And then lastly, for myself, which I think is a pretty good one, I picked Teferi. He's the new Planeswalker, and Reflector Mage, which is basically like cards that within the last 2 years have been good. 3 years maybe max. But before that, they didn't even exist. There weren't even cards around at all. So really, like, they're the new blood type cards. So did I lose you guys, or are you guys just not saying?
No. So we were just talking. So Reflector Mage is new. That only came out like a year and a half ago.
3 years ago. 3 years ago. Teferi years ago.
Oh, 3 years
Teferi
ago.
came out
Wow.
6 months ago, which is perfect because that's when I would actually started becoming good. So yeah. So those are my picks. You guys can go take a look at them and see what you think on those picks there. So.
All right. Awesome. Love it, dude.
Yeah.
I think you killed it. I give you a 4 on that.
Yeah,
Nice work.
cool, guys. All right, well. I don't have my tours yet. I'm
So,
sorry.
what's your bold prediction for the week?
Gosh. Honestly, Val, I'm really sorry. I really just haven't paid much attention to this game because I just don't think there's anything to pay attention to.
It really not. You're jumping on
Yeah,
the line.
so let me see here. Let me take a quick look here. Bold prediction of the week. Well, Dave, you're not going to lose, so I'm not even going to try to play with that one. You're definitely not going to lose. Skunk is probably going to win. I'll tell you what. I'll just go down my quick little. I think I'll beat you, Val. Sorry, buddy. I think the Baja top guy, 4 Obes, he's going to smash the league's worst player, worst manager, Ty.
Oh, he's
Hey, you're right in it.
Let's see here, Dave. You're gonna win. I think Skunk will win. Rash and whoever is above him. That's an interesting one. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna say that Rash is gonna lose, and then Skunk will win it on points. I think he'll take that division on points. And then who else do we got here? I'll tell you what, Suey, because I threw a bunch of shade at you, I'll do one more here. Suey, you were going to lose to Silent. Yeah, right there. I think Suey will end the season losing to Silent and not making the B bracket.
All right, hold on a second. If that happens, Suey has to come on the season wrap up, and we get a bell and say shame.
Yeah. Well, I think Suey's in the B bracket no matter what, but Silent wins, and Silent's in the B bracket.
Oh, okay, there you go. All right, so then Silent dodges the toilet bowl by beating Suey. There's your big prediction right there. And the Seahawks dominate because the 49ers are absolute trash. And then for the rest of the year, the Seahawks do not lose a game. 11-5 is their finish. 49ers twice, Arizona, Vikings at home, and then Kansas City. They already have a first round bye by week 16. By week 16, and they're not playing for anything. Seahawks go 11-5. There's the bold prediction.
Nice.
All right,
Nice.
you're welcome, guys. I'm gonna go back to work. Yes, have a drink on me.
Sounds good.
See you guys later. Go Hawks.
See who we have then.
Cheers,
All right.
man. Later.
Cheers.
And then we have a complete power loss.
I think that means we're wrapping it up here, people. You can see my face. I just want to say,
Complete power loss, like
No.
somebody's team this year.
Oh, jeez.
Suey.
All right, I gotta go let my cat out of the bathroom.
Hey,
So, hey,
get your
everyone.
hand off my pillows.
Good luck this week. It's week 13. Bring your A game because for some of you, it's going to mean the toilet bowl. For other of you, it's going to mean the A bracket. So, good luck.
Cheers.
and everyone else, I just want to say, it's been fun. It's week 13. This is a wrap for me. I like to focus on the playoffs from here on out. So this is the end. Hope you guys enjoy the season and seeing what happens. Later, guys.
There we go.
See ya. Oh, we forgot our bold flavor, our little fruit thing.
Oh, we got a bold
Oh,
flavor.
it's not too late. It's not too late.
We got this weird fruit
The
thing.
Kelowna melon.
Where is this thing?
There.
I don't even know what the hell. I don't even know how to eat this thing. I cut it open and it's got seeds or
It's
something.
like gelatinous goo.
The juice is actually pink. The seeds are green.
I'm
We got
gonna
3 spoons. We're all just
dive
gonna.
in and just kind of try it.
All right.
I'm not gonna try it, so you
Now
guys.
you're gonna. Yeah, let's go for it.
Dude,
It's
it's-
making
oh.
weird like new woman sounds.
It's like a. Dude, it's like.
Why would you eat this?
Mm.
You go.
It's like a.
It's like a gelatinous cucumber.
Yeah, it's like a cucumber. You're right. It's got big old seeds in it.
It's like a
Yeah.
cucumber, but it tastes like a cucumber. It's not sweet.
a little bit.
There's a little bit of sweetness to it.
You know those little kiwi things? Reminds me of like an under-flavored kiwi with
It's called
giant seeds.
Kiwani or something.
Kiwana melon. Yeah, no.
I would not buy that.
Yeah.
No.
That's the bold flavor we're ending on?
It just,
No.
it just,
No, it's not.
the juice is not worth the squeeze.
Our dessert. Toffee fig.
I
It's
mean,
got
but it's-
caramel, chocolate, nougat, whatever. Almond.
We never had these before.
No,
Oh my
hazelnut.
I don't think I've ever had these things.
These are good, actually. We should get these for Christmas all the time.
Really?
Hey, happy Christmas coming up.
All right.
Happy Christmas.
Right, that thing's nasty. That little
That's
heat
not good.
Kiwani thing. Toffee fig.
All right,
Pull
we're
it
back
up.
for the end. See you guys.
Try to heal, but the pain it won't go. Start with less, always seems to cause more. Hating, breaking. Remember, come December, one day can last forever. Ain't nowhere that's safe for a lonely pretender. I'm shooting straight for the target center. Maybe you should know I'm feeling lonely and I'm tired. Oh yeah, maybe I should go. Got no desire to watch the last tear fall. Maybe this will show I'm really empty. I'm inspired. Oh yeah, maybe I don't know you anymore. And I'm smiling. Oh, but one is untied. Let it guide. I'd be lying if I said it felt right. Even though I got a dog in this fight.